Hello and welcome to this What You Need to Know to Use Dreamweaver Primer. All right, so we are just going to cover the basics. As a student, you should have access to Adobe Creative Cloud, so you should be able to download or install the Dreamweaver application. So once you have done so, go ahead and open Dreamweaver. And you may be prompted, if it's the first time you are opening Dreamweaver, you may be prompted a basic setup. Just click whatever buttons that say you're not new, you know what you're doing. And then if you are prompted between like a design and a developer, choose the developer mode. And you should end up in a screen that looks something like this. Okay. Now, what you need to do first, let's go ahead and hide Dreamweaver. I suggest you only work on your local drive. So I tend to keep folders on my desktop. Some people have a document folder, or they have a folder where they keep their working files. However you organize it, it's up to you. What is important is you should either A, have one folder where you have all of your folders, which represent each individual exercise, inside, or you simply have a different folder for each of your exercises. And you organize that however you want. What is important is each project, each exercise is going to target its own individual folder. It's just easier to do that way. So I highly recommend you do not work off of external servers, do not work off of external drives, certainly do not work off USB drives, and I super highly recommend you don't work from a cloud account. Keep your files on your local computer, your local drive. All right, that being said, let's go back to Dreamweaver. And we're going to get started first by making a new file. So file new. And you only need to deal with new documents. Your doc type, you will only need to work with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Don't even worry about the others if you're new to this. So we're going to start with an HTML document. We're going to deal with none on the framework. Don't mess with Bootstrap till you know what you're doing. Okay? Starter templates, site templates act as if they're not even here. All right? Just deal with new documents. All right, so HTML, none, doc type, HTML5, create. The next, before you start messing with anything, go ahead and save. And of course, your first file is index.html, and you're going to want to find your folder, which represents the root folder for your exercise. Okay, we're going to select this folder and then save. Now the options might be a little bit different on a PC, but you'll figure it out. All right, so we will save. Now we are good to go. Again, we're in developer mode. For some reason, if you are in standard view, okay, you'll see something like this. All right, so we could be in code view, we can be in split view, then you will see design, okay, and you will see design and live. Act as if live doesn't even exist. Okay, this just tries to turn the design view into a live preview of a web page, and it just makes a mess of things. So if you are going to work in split view in standard, then stay design. Do not use live. All right, so it's up to you if you want to use standard view and split your code. Just know that in the view menu, you can split vertically, horizontally. You can also switch your view mode here. Okay. Again, act as if live is not available, but just know so you can split your code vertically or horizontally, however you like to lay out your workspace. Okay. Okay. I'm going to work with developer. Okay. So we should have a setup that looks like this. All right. Now, what is a very good idea is to manage a site, and it's really simple. And once you've done this, especially if you're working on your local drive, you don't have to do it again unless you're creating another site or you're targeting a different root level folder, or maybe you're working in a different class. That level of organization is up to you, all right? But we are going to target our exercise folder as our root level. So I'm going to go to Site, and I'm going to go to Manage Sites. And you can create a new site from here also. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and, well, as you can see, I have lots of different sites managed depending on if it's for a client or if it's for a class. So I'm going to go ahead and create a new site. You can also edit existing sites, okay? But let's just make a new site. I'm going to call this Demo, all right? And where is this going to be? Well, that's the folder I have on the desktop. So let's click our folder. Let's go to our desktop. This is our exercise where we just saved our index file. So we are going to choose, and we are going to then save. Okay, so we made a new site. We gave our site a name. We searched out the folder for our exercise where we're going to keep our files for a particular exercise, and then we save, and then all you need to do is click Done. And in some cases you might get another window that says a cache is being built. Just go ahead and click OK. All right, so we are now ready to work. Okay. All right, so it appears like that I am in a visual mode here. So I want to go to View, and I'll go to Code. So all I'm going to see is the code for my selected index. So this folder, this is our root level folder, okay? And then we will see all of the files inside of our folder in this window over here, okay? And you should be able to change the width of this window to a degree. And I believe you can probably also collapse, and you can expand depending on how you want to set this up visually. And then we have some basic tools over here on the side. And of these tools, the only ones I really tend to use are where I can add a comment and I can take away a comment. And then when you click on this, you'll see that different types of comments you can apply. All right, so we have created an index page. We've saved our index page to a root level folder. We've used sites to create a site to target that particular root level folder. We are now ready to start writing our code using Dreamweaver as our editor.